everyone and welcome to day 12 of Cavemas. I first of all would like to wish you a happy new year and welcome to 2020. We've got a lot to get through today, so I'm glad that you found a little corner of your day to watch this video. Go and grab yourself a hot drink or maybe an alcoholic tipple and sit back because we're going to be here for a while today. Before we get into the things I actually wanted to talk about, paint by numbers gift that I received and showed you in my Santa haul. One of our viewers, Faye, commented and warned me that the image may have been stolen because it seems to be a trend in amongst a lot of the companies that are producing these things in China. So I used a website called Tin Eye. Some of you might have heard of it before, and it's basically reverse engineering a path for an image. You can do a reverse search with Google as well, and it will go and find the earliest known incarnation of that image on the internet. So when I put in the lovely picture of the deer, it traced it back to a website, and this is it here, and this image has been stolen. I contacted Starla Michelle and I asked her and said, look, this is what I want to do with it. I want to make a YouTube video with it. And she's like, they have no right to this image. So for that reason, I will not be making a YouTube video on the paint by numbers. I would also appreciate it if you could go over to Starla Michelle's website and take a look at her artwork, which is the original artwork. And if you really like some of it, then think about purchasing something from her, because it's highly unfair and she's having to take legal action against these companies, and it's just not fair at all. Unfortunately, you won't be seeing the paint by numbers, but I hope you do enjoy some of the other artwork that is on the legitimate website. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is last year's New Year's resolutions. If you haven't seen last year's video, I will link it in the end card so that you can go and watch it after this, although there's probably not much point. Hi Pip! Jock, you come and sit up here, there you go. Right, you sit nice, PP. No! Oh no! You sit nice? Oh. This is Pip sitting nice. It's like when you get a nice cuddle, you actually get assaulted. So for 2019, I made 3 New Year's resolutions for my arty self and the channel. The first one was to finish Enchanted Forest, which is the colouring book by Johanna Basford. I failed miserably. I have barely touched that colouring book. Can I have a paw? Yeah! Just gonna flap it at me. Can I have a paw? Yeah! Oh, you're such a good boy. So I started off with Enchanted Forest actually reasonably well at the start of the year, and from about August it just all went downhill. And part of the reason for that is I started spending more and more time doing YouTube videos, and I'm going to come to that a bit later on in a bit more detail. My second resolution was to try and get to 1,000 subscribers on the channel. Smashed it. The last time I checked, I think we were at like 3,200 and something. So I can safely tick that one off the list. Yes. I'm really, really pleased about that, and I have surpassed all expectations for the channel. So everything from here on in is just a bonus, and I don't actually pay a huge amount of attention to how many subscribers I've got now. My third resolution last year was to explore a new medium, and I was sort of swithering between inks and paints, and I hadn't really decided what kind of paint. And then I came across a watercolour tutorial in February of last year, and for those of you that haven't seen that video, seriously, you should go and watch it. It's really funny now, but it was not funny at the time. So I followed this magazine tutorial, which was supposed to be like watercolour painting for beginners, and I was so frustrated, I was so angry, and I declared to the world at that point that I hated watercolour and I was never doing it ever again. And lo and behold, here we are, like 10 months later, and I really enjoy watercolouring. I'm glad I took the time to explore it as a medium. I've discovered beautiful things. Julia's paints. So, you know, I'm glad I stuck with it, and I'm glad you guys have encouraged me along the way, because I don't think I would have continued or pursued it if it hadn't been for you guys kind of like egging me on a little bit. I have a lot to learn with watercolour, and it's something that I'm actually quite excited to continue doing. So I've kind of got you guys to thank for that. But yeah, if you're kind of newer to the channel and you haven't seen the first time I tried to paint with watercolour, I did it in 2 parts, and it's quite funny. It'll entertain you if nothing else. I mean, the artwork's not very good, but you know. So yeah, I think I can safely say that I have also achieved that resolution for 2019. So yeah, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, I suppose. So yeah, that brings me on to resolutions for this coming year. And one of the questions that someone asked in the Q&A section for the Cavemas video on Christmas Day had asked about plans for the channel moving forward. So it's kind of all the one thing, really. It's sort of. So arty resolutions. Let's talk about arty resolutions first. The first resolution I have is I am going to finish Enchanted Forest this year. I am going to finish it. No, I am going to make a conscious effort to finish it this year, because I should have finished it last year, and I've got less than a third of the book to do. So in terms of colouring in general, out with my YouTube videos in my personal time, I am not going to take on any more new colouring projects until I have Enchanted Forest finished, and I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to do it. My second arty resolution is to pursue a little bit more of digital painting this year. I bought myself a really nice drawing tablet at about the middle of last year, and I haven't used it much other than for things for the website, and I used it to do the opening card for the Cavemas videos. You know how it's the Colour Cave logo and it's got Santa hat and antlers and things? I did that in Photoshop, so I drew all that digitally onto the logo. I did all that by hand. Other than that, I've not used it to just create artwork just for fun. So I'm kind of thinking I might take an online course in digital painting or something like that. So because I think that would give me a nice measurable in terms of actually learning about it as a medium, and also it's really handy for touching things up. So that's something that I definitely want to do for myself in this coming year. The third arty resolution that I have is to draw a second portrait of Mist, and I want to do it in coloured pencil this time. That sounds kind of stupid because she's black and white, but I want to kind of like extend my colour pencil skills this year into my animal portraits. I do like to draw in colour pencil, but I haven't done a lot of dog portraits in them, so that again, that's something that I would quite like to spend some time on. So I suppose that's really 4 resolutions, isn't it? Okay, we'll go with 4, that's fine. I'm cool with 4. That I've tried to kind of separate like my own arty goals from stuff that's going on in the channel, because they have actually merged into one, and it's been really, really unhealthy for me this year, and that's kind of like what I want to move on to now, and plans for the channel, that kind of stuff. From about August time, I don't know what happened, there was like a switch that flicked, and I started like really throwing myself into working really hard for the channel. And I was working really hard before that, but I started doing like all these extra videos, and you'll have noticed that if you view regularly, there was videos popping up on like a Tuesday, and then sometimes there was an extra one on a Wednesday, even if it was just like give out a little bit of information or something like that. And I just seem to have got to the point where my entire like waking hours outside of my normal work, I seem to spend every second editing videos, and I've got to film this, I've got to do this, I've got to go and pick up that, and I love it. Like, I really enjoy it, and I do think it's kind of addictive, but everything else in my life is suffering for it. I'm not looking after myself properly as a person. I have put on so much weight. I haven't been running in months, and I actually do very little art outside of filming things for YouTube, and that's like a really dangerous road to go down. So in terms of the channel, my first goal this year is to stick to 2 videos a week. Most of you are really busy people anyway, and you don't actually have a lot of time to watch much more than that, or you maybe save them up and watch them on a weekend. I know that's what I do. So I think I need to be more disciplined with the channel and give myself that extra time for me. I am a busy person, I'm always going to be a busy person, but I need time to look after myself. I have got to lose weight. I have not been this fat in years and I am not enjoying it. And I really miss running as well, which is good for my mental health as well as art being good for my mental health. So yeah, definitely just stick to the stick to the plan and stick to the format as far as YouTube goes is very important for me. So I will be as consistent as I've always been. You will get a video every Thursday and every Sunday from now until Kingdom Come, but I will not be like slotting in all the extra videos and everything that I have been doing because I need that time for me, basically. In terms of actual exciting plans for the channel, I'm going to be honest, I haven't made any plans for this year, and there's a couple of reasons for that. The first one is all of this carry on with COPPA and the YouTube algorithms and the learning systems that they're going to use in relation to whether your videos are for kids or not. The dust seems to be settling on it already, but I just want to give this a bit of time to play out from today because that is when the legislation comes in. I'm no longer concerned about the FTC. They have been very transparent and they have spoken to a lot of the larger YouTubers, and it doesn't take long for a search on YouTube to find you a video on the latest update from the FTC. Plus as well, they've put lots of things on their own website too. I am now more concerned about how difficult YouTube are going to make things for content creators, and I think that's going to be the sticking point. So for the time being, we're just going to toddle along as we are. One video I can absolutely promise you that will happen this year, and it's a video I've wanted to do since the very start, like since I started the channel, and that is I want to do the I followed a Bob Ross tutorial video. I feel as if it's like a rite of passage for every art YouTuber to do one of those videos, and I've been squirreling away oil painting supplies for like the last year because it's a video that I really want to do, and Mr. Jem surprised me at the last minute on Christmas with a brand new lovely freestanding painting easel, so that has made achieving that objective much more real. There's still a few things I would need to get, but I can guarantee you that we will be doing a Bob Ross painting at some point this year, and I'm really excited about it because I love Bob Ross and I've watched all of his shows since I was really small. So I hope that's something that you guys can get excited about as well, because that's one thing I'm planning. But outside of that, I really haven't got anything else planned, and I want to talk about the second reason why I don't have anything planned. I have been keeping this a secret for weeks, and I have like barely been able to keep it in, and some of you picked up on it right back at the start of Cavemas, and I casually mentioned in a video that I'd received some news, and some of you were actually really concerned, which I thought was lovely. I can tell you now I'm absolutely fine, there's nothing weird going on. Last year at Cavemas I did a cave tour and showed everyone where my supplies were and things, and I mentioned in that video that it was a possibility that I was going to be moving the following year, and okay, we're a year late but we got there. Mr. Jem and I are moving to a new farm, so that is super exciting. So that in turn means that we're going to have a new cave and that's why I've not been planning anything, because literally as you're watching this video I will be starting to pack away all of my Christmas decorations because I have to start packing the cave up, which is kind of scary. As you can imagine, moving farm isn't quite as straightforward as moving house because you've kind of got the house to do as well. So we've got a kind of like a moving window rather than a moving date, and it's most likely going to be from the 1st of February for maybe like 2.5 weeks, and there's going to be a lot of coming and going in that time. So yeah, that's kind of why I haven't planned anything. I'm excited about our new cave. The actual room itself is slightly bigger than this room, but it's much more square, so that's going to be kind of fun and kind of interesting, and I don't really know about how I'm going to set up my overhead rig or anything yet because I haven't got that far. So this is the point where I need a little bit of input from you. During the moving process, and probably a little bit before and a little bit after, I am not going to be able to make videos. So I have two options, and I just wondered if you guys maybe had a preference, and if you don't, I'll just mix them up. I can still do really simple colouring and sketching videos. I'm going to keep one set of pencils out, and probably, I was going to say one colouring book, it should really be Enchanted Forest, shouldn't it? I'm going to keep one set of pencils, my sketching pencil case, my sketchbook and a colouring book, and that's really for my own sanity while we move. But I'm quite happy to film those and speed them up and just have them to music if you still want to have regular videos. The other option is I can do some kind of like vlog style videos, and you can see a little bit of the moving process and maybe dismantling the cave in here and getting going with the new one. If you'd like to see any of that, just let me know, and I'm happy to do whatever you guys want to do, because I'll film a few videos in advance so that you've got one or two at least, but for the remainder of the time, because this may go over like a 4-week period, just let me know what you want to do, and if you want a mixture of both, that's fine as well. I am so glad I have got that out in the open, because I'm so sick of like having to keep it to myself. I'd also like to thank the 2 people that knew about this that are out there and didn't say anything. You two know who you are, so thank you very much for keeping shh for a couple of weeks for me. So as we've talked about all the big stuff, the last big thing I want to talk to you about The last big thing I want to talk to you about is just to say a massive thank you for continuing to support me, and also to all our new subscribers as well for joining me in my cave. It's been a wonderful, wonderful year, and I'm hoping that it's going to continue again into this year that has just started. I would like to give a few honourable mentions, and I've written them down this time. First of all to... Hi, Jock. Oh, he's a boy. First of all to... See, Jock's sharing the love with this too. First of all to all the people that have got awesome screen names that just make me laugh and cheer me up on silly days. The following people have made me giggle in the last 12 months. Buffet Aloofy, The Fat Hobbit, The Fabulous Idiot, and Geriatric Teenager. Thank you for having wonderful screen names, because they just give me a smile every time I see them. So yeah, keep your comments coming, keep me laughing, it's always good. Oh dear. Also, other people that deserve a special mention, I'd like to thank Cal for being an excellent support over 2019. Not only did she send me the No Problemo mug, which is just freaking awesome, but she's been back and forth and just generally been around, which has been so nice. Thank you for your ongoing support. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Thanks also goes to Yvonne and Katara, who I don't want to call you guys old timers because that sounds wrong, but you guys have been there since more or less the start, and I want to thank you for your continued support and just being there and making me laugh and leaving me really funny comments and nice emails and messages and all the rest of it. I really, really appreciate it, and it's people like you that inspire me to keep going. I'd also like to say thank you to everyone who has been generous enough to send me things, and you will all be going in the big book of gratitude. If you haven't watched that video, that was 2 days ago for Cavemas. You can go and find it in the playlist. All of you have made being in the cave extra special, and I said it before, but you've kind of like restored my faith in humanity a little bit. The fact that you're willing to go so far out of your way of your daily routine to bring something to the channel and give me things to play with, it's such a nice feeling, and I feel really, really appreciated, so thank you ever so much for that as well. It's great. So let's get on to the subject of giving things away. We have a few giveaways to deal with, so we'll get on to that now. Now I am going to use my hat to draw some names out, so I'm going to take my hat off and pull my hair into ponytail. Oh, right, how's that? I don't think I'll win any awards for my hair, but never mind. What do you think, Jock? Indifferent. Day one of Cavemas, we had two giveaways. We have a giveaway for people in UK and Europe, and we also have the giveaway for people outside of the UK and Europe. So for our friends further afield, the prize is this set of Copic pens in the Doodle set, and they came in the 50th anniversary scroller box. There's a lot of entries for this, so all your names are in this little cup. You can see them marked at Copic, so these are going into the hat. Now I will say, you like that, Jock? What's in there? I will say that if you have read the T's and C's in our giveaways, which I bet most of you haven't, one of the rules that I have is if you've won the last giveaway, you can't be entered into the next one. So Kathy was the last person to win a giveaway. So Kathy, if I draw your name out of here, I don't even know if your name's in here, you're ineligible, I'm afraid. And if by some freak of nature over the course of these giveaways that I'm doing just now, if I draw the same name twice, they will be discounted if you've already won a prize, and I will pick again. So let's get started. So the proud owner, get one that's right at the bottom. The proud owner of the Copic Doodle set is going to be, this one. Invoke Art Sense. Congratulations, you are now the proud owner of the Copic Doodle set. Okay, next up, the draw is for How to Draw the Inky Wonderlands by Johanna Basford, and this was a giveaway that was open to everyone within the UK and also Europe. Your names are all in the No Problema mug. Thanks again, Cal. So we'll get these shoved in here as well. Give it a shake. What do you reckon, Jock? We'll pick out a good one. He likes the noise, I think. Okay, I have a winner. And the winner is Sheza JB99, congratulations, you are now the proud owner of that lovely Johanna Basford book. The next prize is for the Wonky Hector mug. I really wanted to draw the winner out of this Wonky Hector mug, which is mine, but they're kind of tight in there. I'm really surprised there was as many entries for this as there was. I wasn't expecting any of you to want a Wonky mug. So into the hat you guys go as well. What do you see down there, Jock? He's so funny. He's fucking his tail. Is that excited down there? Do you like it? What is it? What do you see? I have no idea what he's looking at. There's nothing down there apart from... Is it this? Is that what it was? That's another giveaway. No? Is it this one? I don't know what he's looking at. Okay, I'll just leave him be. Okay, so... for the Wonky mug, and again this is a worldwide giveaway, he's really put me off. Don't get it. The hat. Can I have the hat back, please? Thank you. Okay, I have a winner for the... I have a winner for the mug. Marva Sims, congratulations, you are now the proud owner of a Wonky Hector mug. This is ridiculous. Alright, the next prize was the one in conjunction with Julia of Julia K Art Studio, and that is for a £15 gift voucher for her Etsy store. Again, we have a lot of entries for this, so I'm going to stick these all in here and I'm going to give them a good shake. Give them a good rattle round, give them a shuggle, and I have a winner. And the winner is Christine B. Congratulations, Christine, you are a winner. Do you want this, Jock? Jock, get it. Jock, get it. What are you going to do with that? Hi, Woo. I've got Woos down on the floor here right in front of me. Oh, Pip's stolen that from Jock. She's away with it. Ah, jeez. Okay, and the final giveaway that we have is for this December Upcrate, which you'll remember I teamed up with Upcrate this month, and all the entries are actually in this. I thought it would be appropriate to draw it from an Upcrate box. There's quite a lot of entries in here, so I'm just going to shut the box and give it a really good shake. I feel like I'm shaking a cocktail. Right, let's go. This one, and the winner of the Upcrate is Tracy Cromwell. Congratulations, you have an Upcrate. And there we have it. That concludes our 4 giveaways for Cavemas. I'm so privileged and glad to be able to have 4 giveaways this year. For all of you winners, what I need you to do is contact me, preferably via email. My email address is in the description of all the videos. I'll put it up on the screen now for you anyway, for your convenience. If you don't want to email me, you can get in touch with me via Facebook Messenger. It's probably the next best method. So if you could do that, I will get you sorted for your prizes. Okay guys, what a year. I have thoroughly enjoyed Cavemas this year. I have been a bit frazzled and it's been very tight for time, but now you understand why, because I've known for nearly 4 weeks that I'm moving and preparations have begun. I hope you will stick with me through the next sort of maybe 8 or 9 weeks just till we get through this, because it gives us so much potential for what to do in our new cave, because I am going to have more space. One thing it's not going to be in my new cave is a sofa bed, so that means more space to store art stuff, which is what we're all about. I hope you have enjoyed Cavemas. It's been an awful lot of effort, but I've had great fun doing it once again, and as long as you guys are happy to keep participating and keep watching, I'm happy to do it again next year, but it'll just be in a slightly different location. So I want to wish you a happy new year once again. I am going to get rip-roaringly drunk now because I'm Scottish and that's what we do on New Year's Day. So it's now time for me to take a well-earned break and a little bit of holiday from YouTube, and it's only for a week or so. You don't need to panic. There will be no videos on the channel now until the 9th of January, which is a week tomorrow. So that will be your first official video of 2020, because technically this one doesn't count because it's part of Cavemas. Yeah, so I am going to just take a little bit of time to myself, gather myself together, probably do a bit of drawing and colouring just for myself as well, and I will see you on Thursday the 9th of January and we can get started and find out what's in store for the Colour Cave in 2020. Best wishes to you all and we'll see you soon. Bye!